Against an armed robbery, you have to wait for the right opportunity to protect yourself. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson. I think this one's from Brazil, but I'm not 100% positive. If you have more information, please put it in a comment and I will add it to the description. It does show us an armed robbery that we're going to learn some important lessons from here about situational awareness, about the fact that if you're armed, you've got to look for the right opportunity to protect yourself, and about getting out of the danger zone as fast as you can. So it's just a normal day at this, what looks like a liquor shop to me, and these two guys on a moto ride up and they're gonna rob the place that quick. Now he pushes that guy with the white shirt into the store because he's gonna rob him as well. Now what he doesn't know is that guy with the white shirt and the green sleeves on is actually armed. So these guys are coming around to kind of rob everyone here. He's gonna grab this guy it looks like he's kind of at the next store, not this one, and ruffle through his pockets. And now our perp on the other side, as he's kind of looking around for people to rob, doesn't find anybody else. Now notice our guy in the cut-off sleeve shirt here, he's just kind of moseying away as the clerk is told to put the money in the bag. Now, our guy who we know is armed, but these guys don't know is armed. They kind of, rifle him down as well for his wallet, but they don't search him very carefully. That's good for him and in his favor. Then as they start to kind of pull out of there, we're gonna see our armed man draw his gun and now have a gunfight with these guys, and you see a shot come back and almost get him. And now our off-duty police officer, who I think this is going to run off. We see it from the other angle here as they are going to get back on the bike. We can see that the guy who's the gun guy has still got his gun out. He's still paying attention to everybody. And so when our officer grabs his gun, the guy's going to get into a gunfight with him, put a couple shots on him, and then they're thankfully going to run off. And this one is over without anybody being hurt, to the best of my knowledge. Let's go back and learn some lessons on this one. As always, there's 8 lessons on our website. That first one is this awareness and surviving the ambush. This guy came up and had a gun on him, and so as a self-defender, even one, especially one who has a firearm, you got to wait for your opportunity against an armed robber. If he just went for his gun here, he's got a very close gun battle against the gun that's on him, against the drop, and that would have gotten him shot, no question about it. So wait for your turn, and the guy did a great job here of waiting for his turn. I want to talk about a couple other people as well. I want to say about compliance here. As we see these guys, this first guy, he's going to come over and he's going to, get after this guy's pockets. And that guy doesn't really have any attitude, skills, plan, whatever. It's kind of an ambush. Hey, listen, if they just want to take your cell phone or whatever, and you see over there's a guy with a gun, just go ahead and give it to him. It's not worth getting into a fight with this guy knowing that the other guy has a gun. You can't really win that fight. Just give him your wallet, give him your cell phone, whatever it is that they want. So, if he had something else here, he could have defended himself once the threat was not looking at him, but he didn't. Now, I want to talk about this guy here in the cutoff shirt as well. Man, he knows that there's an armed robbery going on here. Do your best to get out of the danger zone. You see him kind of toddle around and see kind of what's going on. Now, that means they weren't paying any attention to him, but also means it was just a little bit dangerous for him. And now you can see them here, and he's ruffling, he's getting into the pockets of the guy who has a gun. Now, this might have been an opportunity where he said, I got to go, because when he finds the gun, it's going to be on. But he didn't in this instance. The guy said, hey, give me your wallet. He just gave him his wallet. No big deal there, because it bought him some more time. This guy's like, hey, man, I don't want to have a fight with you or whatever. And then from this particular angle, it's a little hard to see because you go, gosh, man, they're leaving. Are they continuing to be a threat? Should this guy draw his gun? And I think that's a decent thing for us to think about as self-defenders. Should he draw his gun in this instance? I think he should, because you don't know that these guys are going to come back. You don't know that they're going to continue to do you harm or shoot on their way out. So having your gun ready is a good thing. And when that guy responds to him and raises his own gun, now he shoots back. But one thing I do notice is look at how close the woman was just a second ago, and then that shot went right through where she was. He missed her by a fraction of a second, which is why if you're one of the employees here, if you're not on the defense, if you're not doing something to protect yourself, get out of that danger zone as fast as you can. Now we're going to see him here when he draws that gun. Is this guy continuing to be a threat? I think it's certainly reasonable that he would draw his gun here, because that guy can reemerge as a threat very quickly, and he wants to be able to protect himself from that. And now we're going to see what the perp does. As he sees him draw a gun, our perp's going to push his gun out as well. He wants to have a gunfight. So that's what's going to say, okay, in this moment, that firing on him is certainly a reasonable act. So let's learn some lessons on this one. Thankfully, they got out of there real quick, drove them off, and nobody was hurt. But let's make sure that we wait for our opportunity, that we recognize we got to get out of the danger zone as fast as we can to cover our asp.